Hey, I'm Jess. If we are already friends, awesome. If I've sent this to you, then nothing I'm about to say will surprise you because you already know that my family and I are a bit of a zoo. And if we do not know each other yet, well, hey, friend, let's drink coffee or anything else together. And if you have any expectations, I will probably land well below them. So with that as a wonderful introduction, if this was sent to you by anyone, I just want you to feel the compliment that is. There's this cool thing in the world of Rodan Fields where we get to choose who we work with. A lot of times, in a more traditional work setting, you don't get to choose your coworkers, and here we do. So if somebody is like, hey, I would love to work with you, take that. Feel that love, friend. Feel the love. I also want you to know that this comes with zero pressure. Our team is all about, we want for you what you want for you. So at the end of the day, if this is a great fit for you, or a place where you can see potential that can positively impact you and your family and your community, awesome. Let's link arms and high five and do it. And if it's not, then we are going to cheer you on to find what is, because that's the kind of sisterhood that we are over here. And you are welcome to be any part of that, whether you join us or we cheer for you in doing something different. Cool? All right. Those are the ground rules. So my name is Jess. I have 3 kids. They are 7, 9, almost 7, 9, and 14. They are wild monkeys, and I love every bit of it. I went to school for pre-med. I wanted to be a doctor until one day I woke up and was like, oh my gosh, it is so clear to me that my biggest dream in life is to have kids and be home with them. And I started to dream of the mundane things that are now the best part of my days, like being home when they come home from school, making snacks, feeding all their friends, and being at all their sports and tucking them into bed at night. I gotta say though, I am not a patient bedtime mom. Are you? I'm done by then. Anyways, I fantasized about that would be it'll be precious, and I'll lay there and rub their hair and sing their songs. And I'm I get to that time and I'm you just need to go to sleep. I did great today and I have expired. All right, I digress. What are we here for? Well, we're here to talk about Rodan Fields. This is a really cool company based in dermatological skincare. We are founded by 2 doctors Katie Rodan and Kathy Fields. They are Stanford-trained dermatologists. They're still professors at Stanford. They still have their own private practices in San Francisco and have changed a lot of lives by changing a lot of skin. They hit a point in their careers, though, after creating Proactive and being able to address a lot of acne. And whether you loved or didn't love Proactive, that went on to become a $1 billion company and became the kind of grassroots for these women to learn how to create a successful company. Well, they were seeing in their private practice that a lot of people were coming in with very average skin concerns. They had waited on their waiting list. They had paid the bucks to get in there. They got in there and they had sensitive skin, maybe rosacea, maybe they were acne prone or sun damage. Hey, that's me. Or maybe just straight up anti-aging that they wanted to address. And the doctors knew that if they could create something that was the same quality as what they were prescribing in their office, all of these people could avoid the whole rigmarole and just take great care of their skin and have the best skin of their lives from their bathrooms. So they did that. They first started to sell them in high-end department stores like Nordstrom, Bloomingdale's. They did awesome. They were actually the number 1 selling skincare regimen in Nordstrom, I think for 2 years straight. But they're smart chicks, and they saw that commerce was changing, and that they also saw what was really driving their business, and that was word of mouth. It was a woman saying to a friend, hey, I'm using this skincare and I love it. You should try it. Or maybe someone saying, hey, you don't look as tired as I do. What are you using? And then they would go and try it. And that's really what was powering their business. And so they thought, well, we might as well, A, go with what's working, and B, they saw the writing on the wall and the future of online shopping, and they wanted to go with that, and they actually wanted to be ahead of that. So they pulled out of Nordstrom. Everyone thought they were crazy. They had actually sold part of their company to Estee Lauder, and they had to buy back their company from Estee Lauder before they could pull out of retail and go into direct sales. Everyone thought they were nuts. They had zero investors, and here they are 15 years later, and it's a $1 billion company. They've created their second $1 billion brand, and they have empowered a whole bunch of average women along the way to build something that can then support themselves, me, you, maybe your family or your community. And that's really what I have been able to see happen. So I decided to start my business with Rodan Fields 7 years ago, 7.5 actually. And it was right when it opened in Canada. And I didn't do that because I was savvy or on the ball, or I was like, oh my gosh, it's brand new, I got to do this. The timing just happened to line up that way. I did it because I was seeing my girlfriends down in the States that I went to college with, were the same age, and they were looking very fresh. And I was looking very tired and lackluster, to say the least. And I was seeing their skin and I was like, they look really good. And I was using my organic skincare that I could also eat all the ingredients on, and, feeling good about it because I'm a hippie at heart, and I still clean my whole house with vinegar, but I wasn't seeing the results that I was seeing for them. What I also was seeing is that they seemed like they were doing really well in business and also having a really good time. And I was like, okay, what is this? I finally called my girlfriend Katie one day. I still remember where I was parked outside the liquor store, actually, full disclosure, and was like, hey, I think I'd like to join your team. Like, I don't really even know what it means, but I like what I see happening and I want to be a part of it. And so I did that. Now, I'm an athlete. I'm a former athlete. I just finished some McDonald's fries, and I like to do yoga now, but I'm a former athlete, and I still have that mindset of being able to be coached. So when Katie said, yeah, like, I will show you exactly how to do it, I was like, all right, sister, I will listen. And everything that she showed me what to do, I turned around and I did it. With that same mentality that I would have done back in the day, playing on a team and being coached by a reputable coach. And sure enough, I was able to really build something substantial for my family. I was determined to not sacrifice any family time along the way. I don't subscribe to the idea of sacrifice now, reap the rewards later. And I did not want to give up any part of family time because that was my greatest dream and I was living it. So I built this in my kids' nap times. I built this at middle of the night feedings with the babies. I built this, and I build this when I drop the kids off at hockey and they have that hour gap before they actually start their game. I spend about an hour a day building my business. And I've been able to build it to a point where my police officer husband, Mark, was able to actually take early retirement because I had matched what he was making and was able to give him that breathing room to take a step back after working that job for over a decade and see what he really wanted his days to look like and how much time he really wanted to spend with the family, because we were missing him. It just allowed that wiggle room for him to, take some time off and really evaluate what he wanted life to look like going forward. Fast forward to now at 7.5 years in, and holy macaroni, I had no idea how expensive kids would become. I don't know about you, but I remember having babies and always hearing that babies are so expensive and being like, man, diapers sure cost a lot. And then now we're like, holy macaroni, hockey costs a lot. Or like dance costumes cost a lot, not to mention filling a vehicle with gas that fits all those monkeys and their gear, and feeding them. All those things have me so thankful that we built this before we needed it. And you might be sitting there thinking, I don't need that. Cool. You know what I found first? I would rave about, for that first year and a half, I raved about getting my sparkle back. I raved about the fact that I got to have adult conversations in a time in my life where I was just about the ABCs and like sitting on the floor playing Hot Wheels with my kids. I loved that. also loved those adult conversations. I raved about the fact that from time to time I'd put on real clothes and go out with other women and like talk about things that you talk about when you don't have kids around, all because of this business. Now I would rave about the wiggle room. I would rave about the finances. I would rave about the friendships that I've made through this business. And I would rave about how much I've learned about myself, because a big part of working for yourself is you got to figure yourself out. You got to figure out how to make yourself, spend that hour doing the work today when you don't feel like doing the work today. And that can come with huge growth. And I'm very, very thankful for that and do rave about that. So that's how this business works. The doctors have created this $1 billion brand. We're the number one anti-aging skincare regimen in North America. That is to say that we have surpassed Estee Lauder. We have surpassed every other company you've heard of. And the only reason we've done that is because our products work. If people were just buying a one-off, try it here and there, we would never have become this number one, reigning champion year over year over year. That's because our products work and our customers continue to purchase them. Let me answer some frequently asked questions, because I've probably only created more questions at this point. So, how much time do I spend building this business? About an hour a day, sometimes more, sometimes less. It ebbs and flows with my life. What I would tell you is that we would get really clear on what are your goals. Do you want to make $200 a month? Do you want to make $5,000 a month? Wherever you fall and whatever your goals are, we would kind of devise a plan accordingly, and that would directly affect how much time you were going to spend building this. Also, you get a little better at things over time, and things do get a little bit easier. Or I should say you get a little bit more efficient. So over time, you have the potential to spend less time building your business, because at the beginning, everything's new. Next question. What does it cost to get started in business? Sometimes that can be super overwhelming. If it costs money to make money, but you need money, that's tricky. And I know that we're in a moment in time in the world where that's where a lot of people are finding themselves. So no, it does not cost a lot of money to get started. In Canada, it's $85. In the States, it's $75. And that gets you your business license. It gets you a whole shellac of samples. Samples go a long ways, because when people touch our products and feel them and use them, they fall in love with them. It is a really awesome start to your business to get those out to the people around you. So that's all included in your $85. From there, you get a super great discount on the products, because yes, I use the products. I love the products. If I didn't, I would not be sitting here raving about them to you. I also would not have built a successful business, because you really got to believe in what you're promoting. We don't go on to Instagram and talk about something and say we love it when we don't love it, right? People see right through that. So you got to love it, which means you got to use it. So you get a great discount right off the bat. I think it's 50%, maybe 40%. I should know. I don't know. Numbers aren't my thing, guys. Either are details, but I can show you how to do this, and I can look up the numbers. So I go on hold on to the other stuff. Okay. So it costs $85 or $75 to get started. Then you buy the products that are going to be right for your skin. You can buy whatever amount you want. You can get the basics. You can get the whole shebang, whatever suits your budget and your comfort level at that point. You get that. You bring it into your bathroom and you start to use it and you start to love it. And you start to walk around with your fresh, gorgeous skin, just like Katie did 7.5 years ago, that had me calling her being like, I need what you got. All right. Are there quotas? I get asked this all the time. No, there are no quotas. This is about you. It's not about me. I'm going to show you, and our team is going to show you every step of the way, exactly what to do next, because we are a few steps ahead of you. And that's the beauty, is that we can turn around and show you exactly what we did. It's a system, and you just follow the steps, make it your own, do it in your own way, and get your own results. But no, there are no quotas. This is about you. So we, like I said, match up kind of what you want to hit in terms of goals with what the effort you'll need to put into it in order to get there. But life also happens. And if this is a tough month or a tough week or a tough year, you don't have to hit anything. You don't ever have to purchase anything, and you don't ever have to sell anything. Obviously, the more you sell, the more money you make. But that is, again, it's life, right? And it ebbs and flows, and you go with it. So no quotas. You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to buy anything. Income. How much money do you make? Well, the kind of bare bones is we make 25 to 32% on anything we sell. And our regimens average about $200. So you can crunch those numbers. The numbers are pretty easy to crunch and figure out, like, what would you need to put through your business? What would you need to sell in a month to make the commissions that you want to make? Also, though, we have the opportunity to grow a team. That might totally pique your interest, or that might sound terrible. Again, this is about you. I would tell you that growing a team has been probably the most rewarding part for me, because through doing that has come amazing friendships, but it has also come with stories unfolding that are freaking life-changing. Like seeing my best friend be able to take off night shifts as a nurse so that she could spend more time with her kids. Seeing her only have to work a couple days a week so that she could be there for her, like, medically compromised kiddo, and be at all of his appointments. That's life-changing. That required money to fill the gap in order to make those choices. Seeing my other sweet friend be able to move back to Ontario from Saskatchewan, which is where her family is, was her heart's greatest desire. But for any Canadian would know that that is a stretch to move from Saskatchewan to Ontario, to buy a house and set up your family of 4 there. That is a stretch financially, and she was able to bridge that gap and do that because she built her Rodan Fields business. There are other people that would tell you that they bought the shoes they wanted. They can now buy Lululemon leggings instead of shopping at Superstore and getting their clothes while they get their groceries. Whatever that looks like for you, it's going to look different. For me currently, honestly, it's mostly hockey. Hockey is not an inexpensive sport. The gear, the registration, as they get older, all the things. The broken sticks, why do they break so many sticks? And why do the skates have to be sharpened so often? And why does my husband want to buy a skate sharpener? Anyways, those life-changing stories, and life-changing to you might be $200. Life-changing might be $2,000. Life-changing for you might be to get your husband out of a job that's sucking the life out of him, like it was for us. Life-changing is going to look different for everybody, but that has been, without a doubt, the most rewarding thing for me. So yes, how much can you make? You can make as much as you want to make, and as much as you decide you're going to do the work to make, basically. Experience. Do you need to have experience? No, you do not. And here's my favorite part. So we all have experience raving about things we love, especially as females. It's something we do. Like when you go, I want to go see that new Julia Roberts movie. I'm going to go, and George Clooney, is that who it is? I think that's who it is. Anyways, I'm going to go. I bet you I'll love it. And do you know how many people I'm going to tell about it? Who will then probably go to that movie, and then the movie company or the movie theater will write me a check and be like, thank you for sending all those people our way. Just kidding. They would never do that. That's okay. But that's essentially how our business works. So we all have experience in raving about the things we love, whether that's on social media or with the moms at the playground after school or to your family, whatever. What we don't need is any experience with skincare. We have a really cool skin analysis that our doctors and scientists created that is so hands-off for us. All we need to do is send a link. It will completely analyze your skin, which is really interesting, and you should do it, but also your potential customer's skin. And it will let them know, and it will take into account the humidity, where they live, the altitude, the kind of sun damage they have, the wrinkles, the redness, all the things. And then it will recommend products that would be best for them. We do not have to be the expert. Can we then go and find information on our website and get them a bit more information about those specific products? Heck yes, we can, and we can all navigate a website. But we need no experience in skincare. And just last week, we expanded to hair care. And that will also be included in our skin analysis. It will be a skin and hair analysis. Now, why did we expand to hair care? These doctors who are at the top of the game, why hair care? That was my question. Well, it's because your hair is rooted in your skin. Like literally the roots of your hair are in your scalp, which is your skin. And they are dermatologists, which means they know skin. So our hair care line is going to be so very cool because it is all about a scalp-based approach and creating the healthiest scalp, the healthiest roots, and therefore the healthiest hair. It will be amazing because our doctors don't do anything that isn't amazing. We are not a Me Too company. We don't see something cool happening and think like, hey, I think we'll jump on that train too. They create innovation. They create new categories. They create new ways of doing things and new approaches. And that's exactly what they've done with hair care. So no, you need no experience in hair care. Having super terrible hair like I do. I also have cancer. So I have had really weird hair since cancer treatments a few years ago. And having super terrible hair, I think will work in our favor because now we're going to start using the hair care and you're going to like really see a difference. Whereas if you have like beautiful hair already, yes, you will of course see a difference. But like my before and afters, guys, are going to be so good. You just wait for it. Should come in the mail today. Okay, I think that covers all of our frequently asked questions, but for sure you've got some burning ones that you want answered. So if I send this video to you, send me your questions. I mean, you can send me your questions anyways, but connect with the person who thinks the world of you and would love to work with you. Whether that's your ultimate decision or not, get all your questions answered. Throw them at them. We can always answer them together and we'll go from there. Cool? Cool. In the meantime, we are called The Collective because we bring all of our own unique brilliance together to be a really great team. Not one of us has to carry every aspect of it. We work together. That's why we're called The Collective. And here at The Collective, we will always be cheering you on and championing other women. So we're cheering you on, sis. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.